Hi, I am Tia Foster and am currently pursuing my Master of Science degree in Education, Media, Design, and Technology at Full Sail University. I began this journey almost a year ago and it has been a whirlwind of activity ever since. The things that I have learned through my classes, my professors, and my fellow students are innumerable, but I will share a few that have impacted my current teaching process and my action research project in particular. Starting in August, my first class was Media Literacy and Research Methodologies. Even though I've attended graduate school before, this class helped to refresh my knowledge of APA in particular, as well as writing research papers. This refresher was very helpful when I began writing my literature review for my action research project. It also got me thinking about what action research really means. However, I would say that one of the most important pieces that I learned from this class was getting to know my fellow classmates. Our team project helped me to not only become more proficient in working with teams, but it also helped me to get to know some of my fellow classmates better. Since we have moved throughout the program in a cohort, I have really come to depend on them, and I don't think that I could have made it through the program and my action research project without their support and assistance. Our next class, Multiple Learning Theory Applications, really got me thinking about how people actually learned. It helped me to see outside the box somewhat as well as think about how the brain likes to learn. Our group project also helped me to finally understand response to intervention, which my action research project helped me to implement in my classroom. At this point, I was thinking that my focus would be on digital storytelling and podcasting. The Education Design and Evaluation class taught me several new things. Our group project helped me to hone my APA skills for the literature review as well as learn to work with some additional classmates. And at this time I was still planning on using digital storytelling for my action research project, and I created this movie as an example. Rain on the green grass. Rain on the green grass. Rain on the tree. Rain on the housetop, but not on me. The Emergent Technologies in a Collaborative Culture class opened my eyes to a world of new resources as well as some good ways to organize them. I tend to collect items haphazardly, but the organization strategies really helped in both this class and my action research project, as well as my life in general. This was the month that my action research project changed to focus on the reading program Head Sprout. In the Training and Motivational Development class, my action research project was beginning to come together, and our video assignment really helped. Plus, with the AR critique assignment, I could see what others were doing. Here is the beginning of my AR video from that month. For my action research problem statement, I want to focus on how increasing my use of technology in my classroom can improve my students' ability to read. Now, I feel that I can't physically work any harder, so I've decided that I have to work smarter. And I've already seen how the kids can accomplish many things on a computer, so therefore I'm going to put the strength of the computer to work for me. And in the past, I've incorporated a fair amount of technology in my classroom, but I've never used a research-based reading program for the computer. So what I want to do is to see if using more technology in the classroom will improve my students' ability to read. The Digital Media and Education Applications class did not expressly contribute to my action research project except for the AR blog, but I did continue working on my literature review that month and would love to be able to use the information that I did learn in that class to create websites for my students to use in the future. In the Musical Theory and Education Applications class, I learned a lot that I could apply in my classroom. I also created a song that I used in the second cycle of my action research project to help my students learn their sounds. Here is a snippet of it. Big A, little a, both say ah. I learned a lot in the filmmaking principles and education class, not only about film, but about how to look at things. In this class, I also created a video that I used in my classroom to help the students learn how to add. The literature review reflection video helped me to synthesize all the information that I had gathered. Even though some of the information is the same, the product is much better than before, as you can see from this clip here. My action research project focuses on using technology to help improve a student's ability to learn how to read. I've used a fair amount of technology in my classroom in the past, but I have never used an actual research-based reading program for the computer. So what I wanted to see is if using more technology in the classroom that's research-based would improve my students' ability to read. The game strategies and motivation class made me realize that it is okay to have lots of fun while learning. It supported what I was trying to do with my action research project. The Learning Management Systems class gave me great information, and it will be very helpful with professional development in the future, but it didn't really help me that much with my AR project. The Media Asset Creation class helped me to finalize my AR project and to bring it all together. Okay, so now that we've went all the way to the end, we're going to go back to the beginning of my journey so I can tell you just a little bit more in detail about my action research project. The rationale behind my action research project is simple. Currently, many teachers are being required to produce higher and higher results on standardized tests, but it seems the standards are just getting more and more difficult each year. Now also, with this problem comes the question of when and how to teach reading. Most schools expect students to be reading as they move from kindergarten to first grade, but many students don't come to kindergarten with the requisite skills that they need to learn how to read. Once those skills are mastered, then the students also have to learn particular skills to ease their learning of reading. And throughout the course of the year in kindergarten, students have many skills to master. And technology has been shown to help teachers reach students, so I wanted to see if technology could help them learn how to read more easily. According to the literature that I found, technology does help students learn how to read, and my action research project did support this finding. It took me several months to finalize the exact focus of my action research project. I knew that I wanted to focus on technology and literacy, and when I found out that HeadSprout was to be used in kindergarten this year, I knew I had found my project. I had some unexpected results occasionally, which made me tweak my cycles, but overall things went smoothly. My action research project prepares me for the future in many ways. The most obvious is that I know that HeadSprout improves learning how to read and how to implement that program. It also showed me where I need to focus on improving my implementation of the program in future years. But my action research project also prepares me for the future in a less obvious way. Going through the process has shown me how important the actual process is. It has shown me that there is value in using the data that I amassed during the year in an organized way to answer questions about my teaching as well as my students' learning. I will continue to use this process to improve my teaching throughout my career and thus will improve my students' learning as well.